A lot of technical interviews involve handing a candidate a marker and asking them to solve a complex problem on a blank whiteboard. But this approach rarely tests a candidate's actual coding ability. Instead, it measures their tolerance for performance anxiety. When you rely on gut feelings or unstructured conversations to evaluate that performance, you leave the door open for unconscious bias. You might fall into the halo effect, where one strong trait blinds you to red flags, or the like-me syndrome, where you accidentally prioritize candidates simply because they share your background. To fix this, we need a system. By the end of this tutorial, you will have a repeatable, standardized technical interview plan and an objective scoring rubric to evaluate your candidates fairly. Before we start, gather two prerequisites. Grab the finalized job description for your open role and open up a blank spreadsheet. Shifting from winging it to a structured framework provides the objective data needed to accurately identify top talent while protecting the candidate's experience. Step 1. Review your job description. Isolate 4 to 5 essential, testable skills required for success. Divide these skills into two categories: hard technical requirements and essential soft skills like cross-team communication. Vague requirements will not help you in an interview room. You have to translate those general skills into specific, observable behaviors that you can actually test and grade. If you skip this extraction step, your interview questions will drift. You end up grading candidates based on general impressions rather than job-related criteria, which leads directly back to biased hiring. Now that you know what skills to test, you have to choose how to test them. The format of the technical assessment must scale with the seniority level of the open role. Junior roles are best assessed via short take-home projects or live coding sessions. For senior roles, you need system design challenges that test how they architect large-scale solutions. Whatever format you choose, never force a candidate to write code in a word processor or a plain text document. Instead, mandate the use of an integrated development environment, or IDE. You want to mirror the candidate's actual working conditions as closely as possible. This includes allowing candidates to use reference tools like Google or Stack Overflow. Let them look up syntax or read documentation. This tests their real-world problem-solving ability rather than rote memorization. Forcing candidates into unnatural testing environments generates false negatives, screening out perfectly capable engineers. Mirroring real-world conditions yields a highly accurate predictor of on-the-job success. The next step is writing down the exact questions you plan to ask before you ever step into the interview room. Your technical questions should be scale models of real-world problems your team is currently facing. Keep the focus entirely on relevant tasks and explicitly avoid arbitrary algorithm trivia. To assess soft skills, use the STAR method. Ask candidates about past behaviors and have them detail the situation, the task they faced, the action they took, and the result of their efforts. Once your question list is complete, lock it in. Every single candidate must be asked the exact same questions in the exact same order. Standardized questioning strips away variables between interviews. It provides a reliable method to make objective, apples-to-apples candidate comparisons. To grade those answers fairly, we need an objective 3-tier scorecard, commonly called a scoring rubric. List your extracted competencies down the leftmost spreadsheet column. Across the top, create a 3-tier scoring system: full credit, partial, and no credit. Define observable actions for every tier up front, like defining no credit as code with significant syntax errors. When you define success up front, you replace subjective post-interview debates with a focus on observable data, reducing the influence of the like-me bias. You now have a standardized format, a locked-in question list, and an objective scoring rubric. This framework removes opinion-based recommendations from the evaluation. It upgrades the candidate experience by providing clear expectations, and it increases the accuracy of your hiring signal. Your final step is calibration. Grab a current team member and perform a 30-minute test run to calibrate your new grading scale before you take it into a real interview. By applying this structured approach, you move technical hiring away from the stress of a blind guessing game and create a process that is predictable, equitable, and repeatable.